What do you do if you have a terrible advisor? I'll talk about that in this video. Hi, my name is Catherine. I'm your accounting tutor, and I help accounting majors like you through graduation and beyond. First off, if you have a terrible advisor, in case you didn't already know, you're not alone in this problem, and it's not your fault. There is almost no incentive for a professor to be a good advisor. They're not hired based on their advising skills, and often they're hired to actually do research and not teach classes, much less advise students. If they give bad advice to the students that they're advising, they're not held to account by anyone. There are no consequences. It's a terrible system, but you do have the skills to work around it. As a side note, if your advisor is abusive in any way, please consider talking to someone in charge of your program, like the dean of the college, for example, and explain the situation to them, or at least request a different advisor, however your school handles that. If you're not sure who to talk to, I recommend going to your university library and asking them. For the rest of the video, I'm going to assume that your advisor is simply not helpful and there are no bigger issues going on. First, what is the purpose of an advisor? Speaking from my experience as an undergraduate, the main purpose of an advisor is to tell you what classes you need to take in order to graduate in 4 years. They can also help you make decisions about which classes to take and offer some advice about your career post-grad, but they may or may not give you good advice about those things. At the university where I got my bachelor's, we were required to meet with our advisor once a semester to talk about the classes that we're going to take next semester, and that's about it. Your advisor can tell you what classes you should be taking, and honestly, you need to verify it for yourself. I know too many people who relied on their advisor to tell them what classes were required, only to get to their senior year and realize that they're missing a random class their advisor just forgot to tell them about. Then they have to try to squeeze it into an already packed last semester in college, or possibly even graduate a semester late. It's a terrible situation, and to avoid it happening to you, make sure you know the requirements of your school. You should be able to find the requirements on your school's website somewhere. I went to the University of Montevallo for my bachelor's. It's a small liberal arts school in the state of Alabama, and I found their degree requirements on their website, going through home, about administration, registrar's office, program and degree requirements, undergraduate academic programs, and degree plans. Try following a similar path on your university's website. It should be there somewhere. If you can't find the requirements on your university's website, ask your advisor about it. They should at least be able to show you the paperwork. If they can't, I'd go to the university library and see if someone there can help you find it. Or you can speak to someone at the registrar's office directly, and they will definitely have it to give to you. What you're looking for is the graduation requirements for your specific degree. Once you have the graduation requirements, you can use it to create your own 4-year plan of what classes you need to be taking when. Assuming you've already taken some classes, you can still use it to map out what you've already taken and what you still need to take, and use it to create a 3-year plan or a 2-year plan or whatever is left for you, but really base it off of those graduation requirements. I've put the graduation requirements for the University of Montevallo, where I went, on the screen here, so you can look and just see what it looks like. You can see it tells you what the general education classes are, how many hours it is, tells you the business core, it tells you the major requirements, so you can walk through it. So we can see, just starting at the top, we have the written composition. You require 6 hours, that's what that little 6 means. And each of those classes, English 101 and English 102, they're each 3 hours. So it's one class, 3 hours, which is the normal length, at least at my university. And so you can see these can be little check boxes, X's, to keep track if you've taken them or not. So you need 6 hours of written composition, or 2 classes, that English 101 and 102. You need 18 hours of humanities and fine arts. That's what that parentheses 18 means. And you can see that it's broken up a little more than just 18 hours of anything. You can see you choose one, either English 231, 232, 233, or 234. Then you can choose, so you take one of those, that's 3 hours. And then you choose for 3 hours either Comms 101 or 102. And then you choose one fine arts class. And it's only 3 hours, you can see on the side there. But it's Art 100, 120, and it's like that throughout. It's you choose one of all of these different things, and it's just the 3 hours on the side for each of it, and then choose two of the following. You choose 2 there. Natural sciences and mathematics. You can see that you need 2 sciences with a lab, which is why it's 4 credit hours. At least at Montevallo, that's how they do it. With a lab, it's 4 hours. Without, it's just 3. And so you choose 2 sciences with a lab, and then you choose one of the different maths, 3 hours. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but you can see this is what it looks like. And you can use this to create your own 4-year plan, map out, okay, if I want to take 5 classes every semester, which again for my university was a normal full load, you can walk through what you still have to do and map out, okay, in fall of 24, I'm going to take these classes. And then in spring of 25, I'll take these. And then in fall of 25, I'll take these. And maybe you want to take a summer class, or maybe you have to because of scheduling reasons. You can fill that out. And yeah, it's a really helpful way to use this to make your own 4-year plan to get around having a terrible advisor. You don't need a good advisor. You can basically advise yourself using these graduation requirements. That's it for this video. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.